In the stillness of the black onyx sky, I stir, awakening slowly with a coffee in hand. A light turns on within. Pen cascading thoughts upon my journal, I sit, I listen, I write, I pray. A pink flamingo sunrise kisses the periphery of my vision. Joy kicks into gear as I run out to adore her. The day reveals its brilliance. Love shows up in many encounters. I melt into each moment with a heart wide open. And words do no justice for such wonder and awe when you encounter the divine. Immersed in a field of love, I honor the path that weaved its way to this holy now. The stepping stones of my upbringing surrounded me with a legion of angels, a stadium full of saints who raced to my rescue at the edge of my request. I was wrapped in the sapphire tunic of the Mother, Hail Marys pouring forth grace for me and my family. The divine feminine gaze upon me melted all fears, especially from that angry God who needed some serious therapy. And I took the parables of the great master teacher, wrapped them in my pocket, and hit the streets believing. And I lived from the place of the kingdom of heaven within, sometimes rather naively. And yet something was unsettled in my mind, even my childlike obedience. A divine discontent with duality and formality, patriarchy that runs rampant in the cold corridors of the Catholic hierarchy, who never taught me of St. Teresa's ecstatic visions, Mary Magdalene as a vital apostle, or the intuitive interior knowing in the Gospel of Thomas. Wisdom I gleaned from the Casa View Public Library. My God was bigger than all of that, freer than the church's conformity, and this launched my life as a seeker. And in the stands of the earth around the sun, many revolutions and conversations looking for the one, books and teachers took me around the world, dreaming open ancient doors and mysteries. I grooved to different drums along the way, reflecting on no beginning and no end. Fast forward to my faith shape-shifting after years of drifting, and in Los Angeles, Buddhism gave me the mystic law, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, as my vibrational elixir. The Lotus Sutra was my doorway to the universe, purifying consciousness, laying down intentions. This constant reality that was invisible, making itself known in cause and effect, two ends of one unity, which I later encountered in Hinduism and New Thought. Temples called me, they still do. In this allure of cosmic amour, Hindu mantras revealing their potency, frequencing portals of the one open me. An ecstatic dance takes me to the core of my physical, kisses the mystical. Affirmative prayer anchors me in pure awareness, knowing the thing itself, the way it works and what it does. Fire declarations and acceptance, that there's a power for good in the universe and it's mine to use, and trust me, I use it. This love affair with God has been etched upon my soul for eons, as I time travel to being 5. On a spring day in Dallas, rocking on my toy horse, wearing sunglasses a Hollywood star would adore, singing my own version of Kirtan to the one, an expansive heart illuminated with love, pure innocence caught up in the light, reveling in the divine until the darkness snuck up on me later in life. Yet I know this child was anointed, and everyone I encountered in the twists and turns of my journey were all part of a divine appointment. My mother's fate seated deep within my soul, the union and communion with God. And prayer beads have been my constant companion, counting early on petitions and repetition. Now to moments of declaration and gratitude, a great grace flowed like a La Paz waterfall, pristine and pure, unlocking the secrets of my cosmic DNA, taking off the mask of personality, got to the core of my spiritual reality, staring right back in the mirror, in deep meditation and awakened realization, and seeking for the first time the astonishing revelation, uniquely, exquisitely me and you and all of life. The gossamer veil was dissolved. I saw only God. I weave my way through the prayer books of all time, even those considered heretical, intrepid traveler of consciousness, seeking the golden rule in all traditions, tasting the one in its exotic magnificence, God everywhere and everything, only oneness. Not because I'm a cafeteria cruiser, but knowing this perennial wisdom illuminated the confusion of separation. Understanding my name is my nature, seen beyond the fears of my childhood, heaven and hell are just states of mind, constraints of time. I hung out with a rowdy crowd of mystics, drinking from the well of the I Am. And then I met Ernie, as in Holmes, from a book a friend gave me. And just like him, I was curious and precocious when it came to God, the unspoken knownness of my oneness, the indwelling power and presence. Knowing the creative power is our partner, perfect laws producing perfect effects. We use truth anywhere we find it. Awakening the everyday sacred. And if Ernest could time travel, we would spend long hours in conversations and contemplations on the shores of Venice Beach. We'd hang out, talk about our favorite teachers, like Emerson, Emma, or Mbindo Troward and Jesus. I would introduce them to Elizabeth Gilbert of Eat, Pray, and Love. We would watch Oprah and TED Talks, and we would explore the wisdom traditions, beginning with the Bhagavad Gita with its most confidential knowledge, the attractive Krishna awakening Arjuna like Cher did to Nicolas Cage in Moonstruck. And we would contemplate quantum physics with Dr. Goswami, and then listen to Michael Beckwith's Transcendence every morning, along with New Orleans Jazz Kirtan of Sean Johnson and the Wild Lotus Band. And Ernest and I would agree that we are called to awaken people to their glorious luminosity, seeing beauty everywhere, open at the top. Living in the holy now, awake, aware, alive, and Ernest would see that my theology is one word: love, always love. That is God.